Yesterday's shooting has sent shockwaves of pain and grief through Fort Hood and Killeen. It's a tight-knit community.
As families grieve loved ones lost and the wounded fight for their lives, sorrow does hang in the air at Fort Hood. Our David Scott just spoke with several people who were first on the scene after the shooting, has their emotional stories from the front gate live at Fort Hood. David?
As bad as the casualty count was yesterday, and it was bad, it could have been much worse. For example, very near the scene of the shooting was a packed auditorium with 600 people there to watch some 130 soldiers graduate from college. But the first responders did what they had to do, and they did save lives. Yesterday was not only chaotic and terrifying, but it was so unexpected. Who would have thunk it? But the responders moved in quickly, and they did their job at risk to themselves. It is a day they will never forget, and so I wanted you to hear from them directly.
When you have anything like an active shooter or anything like that, you don't hesitate at all. You go right in, and your main goal is to take the shooter down.
We got the first 6 or 8 patients just by personal vehicle, and that's usually how these things go. Usually folks are just quick at getting in a car and getting to the hospital. And so they were able to give us some information about how many people were injured, what was going on, and so we, within about the first 15 minutes, we knew that we had what we'd call a mass casualty situation.
We had heard, multiple gunshot wounds, but we didn't anticipate the number of patients that we were about to receive. But quite quickly, as we had good communication with the scene, we started to get the information that it was going to be, in the 20s to 30s. So it was pretty soon, and we started to mobilize our assets to take care of that many.
Your adrenaline kicks in and your training kicks in, and you just go from patient to patient and make sure everyone's taken care of until things settle down, and then your adrenaline kind of disappears, later on, and just whoa.
What fine people. Grief counselors are on the base today. You may say, well, why are grief counselors necessary for experienced combat veterans? But they will say, when you're in a combat zone, you expect violence. You can brace yourself for it. But this base is their peaceful home. This was very unexpected. And they say when you see this kind of absolute bloody carnage, it can do things to you. At Fort Hood, I'm David Scott, KXAN Austin News.